guys, this is Restoria and today I'll be doing a tutorial on how to make a cartoon. Honestly, making a cartoon in Procreate is so easy. I'll show you all the steps. So before any further ado, let's start. So I have the Procreate already open in my iPad and I'm using an Apple Pencil. And let's click on the top left button to insert a photo. I'm gonna choose Taylor Swift and click on the blue button to release the move option. And then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna create a new layer. The brush that I'm gonna use is the Studio Pen that is in the inking category. It's a default brush so everybody can use it. The first step that we're gonna do is we're gonna outline all the important parts of her face, and I'll suggest to keep the brush size a bit more just because we're making a cartoon. So to add a cartoon effect to the face, I highly suggest that we use a bigger brush size. I'm gonna start with her face. While outlining, just make sure that you're connecting all the lines. There's no space left between, just because we're gonna fill in the whole object, and which will come really handy. You'll know what I'm talking about in a bit. For the face, I'm gonna just lower the brush size a bit. I'm just gonna add a few more lines to her hair just to make it look more interesting. So I'm done with all the outlining process. So the next step that we're gonna do is we are gonna make a new layer between our image layer and our outline layer. So we're gonna call this layer outline. I'm not gonna name all of my layers because I'm lazy, but if you want you can do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make the outline layer our reference layer, and to do that we're gonna click on the layer and click on reference. So our reference layer is turned on. Why we're gonna do this is because when we are gonna fill all the details, all the skin tone, it's easy for us to just color in. You'll understand that in a bit. So first of all, we're gonna work on the eyes. And we'll just pick a color. I'm just gonna go with white. Drag and drop into the eye. Same thing with this eye. The next step is we're gonna fill in the eye color, which is a bit grayish blue. And my suggestion is pick a mid-tone color and not like a highlight color or a shadowish color. To another eye, just drag and drop all of our colors in our objects to make it much more easier to go with black for this. So our eyes are done for now. We're gonna move to the face. For the face, we're gonna make a new layer and pick a mid-tone color. Yep, that worked. Now we're moving to the body layer. So create another layer and select a bit of a darker color as compared to the face, and just create a new layer and pick out a lip color, which is red. And same goes with the teeth, more whiter, so I'm gonna do that. This looks good for now. Now we're gonna move to the hair, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick a mid-tone color, not like a dark color like this dark brown here, or like a very light color like gold color right here. We're gonna put the mid-tone color, something like that should work, and just fill it out here, fill it out there. Now we're gonna go hide this layer for a minute. We're gonna select a bright color, go back to this color and increase your brush size and add a bit of the highlights. What you can do is you can make this layer an alpha lock so that your color doesn't go outside the hair. Make sure you use different sizes of brush because it will give more of a real looking feel. And now we're gonna select a darker shade, which I was talking about, and do the exact same thing. If you want, you can go to the smudge tool, which is right next to the paint tool, and go to soft airbrush and kind of merge these in together so that they look more realistic. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move to the clothing. Since a lot of color is going on in her jacket, I just feel like I'm gonna give her some different colored jacket, like something like that of a color. But first, to do that, I am gonna go back to my outline layer and finish off the open edges that are down, otherwise the color is gonna fill all the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to my black color, and for this cartoon I am going to give a watery effect. Just gonna go with that, and I'm gonna create a new layer, and all of our color layers will be below our outline layer. Now we're gonna go back to the color that we selected for our jacket and fill that in with the jacket. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna deselect our image layer and have a look at what the cartoon looks like, and I'm gonna give some final touches. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new layer on top of the outline layer. Go select white color and add a bit sparkly sparkles everywhere. First, we'll give her some sparkles in her eyes like that, and I feel like this step is so important because as you can compare both the eyes, this one looks way better than this one. This step is kind of a hack to a more realistic looking eye. And now we're gonna move to the lips, add some highlights over here. And now if you feel like your face looks too opaque to you, just add a bit of the shadows or highlights to it. And how are we gonna do this is we're gonna create a new layer and go to the airbrush brush and go select the soft airbrush, and the color that we're gonna select is we're gonna select this color, the skin color, and go a bit darker. So the layer should be on top of the face layer, and then make a clipping mask on the top layer and just add a bit. I feel like adding a bit of the highlights everywhere just gives it a more realistic look. I can go here as well. See how much of a big difference it's gonna make. And we're gonna select this color, go to the body layer, add another layer on top of it and make it a clipping mask, and do the same exact thing. Oops, sorry, got to make the color. So we'll make it a darker color than the skin color, and then do the exact same thing. Like that. That looks way better. And now I'm gonna go to the topmost layer and finish off the highlights layer that I was working on, and I'm gonna finish off adding a bit more of the highlights, going to select the color white, adding a bit highlights. Nope, not that much. And if you want, you can also do this sparkly things under her eyes. That looks good to me, and I think I'm gonna add a bit of the highlights here. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and pick a background color. I'm gonna pick a color that's gonna contrast with her blue shirt. So I'm gonna go with somewhat like a yellow, lemon yellow color. That looks good to me. And let's see what else can we do. I'm gonna make a new layer on top of the background layer, and now I'm gonna go to the different kinds of effect brushes that that Procreate has, and I'm gonna select, I don't know what to select. I'm gonna select the spires. Let's see how it goes. And I'm gonna select the background color and go a bit darker of the shade. Lower the opacity, increase the size of it, and I'm gonna do this, giving it a more papery effect. So the paintbrush that I selected for adding this paper effect was spires into the organic section of the paintbrushes. And I think I'm done. Looks good to me. So wasn't this as easy as a pie to give a cartoon look to your images? I'm sure you loved this video, and if you follow this tutorial, please make sure to tag me on Instagram, and I'm so excited to see how they look. So please check me out on Instagram, and if you want to see more Procreate tutorials, please subscribe to my channel because I'll be uploading Procreate tutorials every week. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and keep designing.